Okay. Hello, everyone. Hello, everyone online, everyone here. My name is Malena. I'm here from Hanze University of Applied Sciences. You can already see a photo of our campus on the screen. Our campus is very big, and I will tell you more about it. If you have any questions, please let me know. And yeah, I will start. Where are we in the Netherlands? We are all the way in the north. We are the biggest city in the north of the country. It is around a 30-minute drive to the sea, and it's around a 30-minute drive, and you're in Germany, but it's also less than 2 hours of a drive to go to Amsterdam. So about the university, this is another picture from our campus. We are actually the oldest university of applied sciences in the Netherlands already since 1798. So we've been around for a long time, and we offer more than 90 bachelor's, 30 master's programs and courses. A lot of them are also in English, and I will tell you all about them in a moment. We have 4 research centers. There's a big focus also on sustainability at our university. And we have centers of expertise. So there are lecturers, researchers, and teachers that you can work together with. They provide programs quite often. And also you can work together with them for your graduation projects. So Hanze is very international. The entire city of Groningen is very international. There are more than 30,000 students at our university, and 10% are internationals. Actually, this year it's more than 12%. So from more than 115 countries. So you can expect to really be studying in international groups with people from all around the world. And it's also very important that the students are happy with their studies. So every year we measure how happy the students are. And actually we usually score high, especially for social safety and the welcoming atmosphere, because there are so many students. So that's very important to us, that we provide a safe and good learning environment for international students, because we know it's hard to come so far from your own country and all of a sudden be in a country that you've maybe never seen before. This is our main campus. Some pictures from our main campus. Zernike campus, it is a bit outside of the city center, but the city is not very big. So you can reach it very easy with the bus or with the bike. And it's very modern. We have a lot of different faculties in different buildings. A lot of green, you can see some parks, also some water on campus, restaurants, a supermarket, everything you need for the student experience. And also a lot of people live close to campus. We also have some locations that are not directly on campus, but a bit more in the city center. For example, the Liebenga that you see on the left, that's our healthcare campus in the city center. The Minerva Academy is our art academy. And then we have the Prins Claus Conservatory that is for our music programs. And they are also based in the city center. This is also some more pictures from our campus. So one of them is one of the cafeterias we have, but we have many, many opportunities for you to eat on campus. We have a swimming pool. We have multiple sports fields on campus, because a lot of the students are also very active, and there are a lot of student societies that do sports or any kind of other hobby next to their studies, actually. And the last one, the white hall you see with all the drawings on the side, that is from inside the art academy, where you often have exhibitions, sometimes concerts. So there's always art installations changing almost every week. So I know that a lot of people are here for master's programs as well, but the largest portion of programs we have are bachelor's programs in very, very many different fields. And I already mentioned it's a University of Applied Sciences. That means it's very practical. So already from the first day of your studies, you're going to work in teams on projects. So you're gaining work experience while you're also studying, while you're also learning the theory. We focus a lot on personal development, so you evaluate yourself during your studies. At the end of each block of courses, you will see, how am I currently doing with a certain thing? How can I improve so that by the end of your study, you will be ready to go working immediately or do a master's program. But we do the evaluation in the master's as well, of course. We also have an honors college for bachelor's and master's students where you can collect study points next to your study, and you work together with students from other study programs. So you get more insights also into different study fields, and you create more contacts. And also that will be mentioned on your diploma, that you have those extra study points. So if you're really motivated and you want to have something that stands out on your diploma, then you can always go for that. And yeah, we support you all the way through. That also counts for the master's programs, of course. It's very practice oriented, but also career focused. So especially in the master's, you work with big companies that provide projects, and they will already ask you to find a solution for them. Some examples you can see here: Philips, IBM, ASML, and Shell. I personally also in my master's program worked with IKEA, for example, the Swedish company. So you get work experience in that field, and you are also already very independent in the work with some guidance, but you independently work with the company, with your group. You also have, when it comes to the study-work balance, especially in the master's, there's a lot of opportunity to already work next to your studies. So the study load is not too overwhelming, and you can combine it. So that's what a lot of people do. And it's also possible to find student jobs if you do not speak Dutch, if you speak English, because the city is very international and we have the opportunity to do that. Especially I know a lot of people that do delivery on the bikes. I see a lot of bikes here as well. That reminds me of the Netherlands, because that's the #1 way to get around, of course. And all of our programs are, of course, internationally recognized, so you can continue studying or start working wherever you want. Now, especially for international students, there are some facilities that we offer, like student counseling, a student psychologist, and a study desk. So whenever there's any issue that comes up with, for example, being far away from home, or also just adjusting to a new culture, because now the Netherlands is very far away, it's very different. So if you need any help with that, there's always help, and there are also courses that are being offered. So online or in person, you can follow courses on how to now develop yourself, but also how to develop in your study program and how to make studying easier. And next to that, there are also language courses, so you can enrich your study experience. And a lot of courses, also if you're doing sports, for example, you can get support. And yeah, if you say you want to learn Dutch, or you just want to improve your English level or any kind of other language, you can take the courses. And we have a doctor's office on campus as well, especially for students, because it can be hard to find a general practitioner abroad. So we cover that by having a student doctor on campus, and they can refer you to the correct doctor if there's anything going on. Well, that is the university, but of course I'm also going to tell you something about the city of Groningen, the city where you would be studying. It is the third happiest city in Europe, so the happiest city in the Netherlands. At this moment, there's only one city in Switzerland and one city in Sweden above, but barely. So this is Groningen. It is the youngest city also of the Netherlands because of the amount of students. So you can see it's not that big, 245,000 inhabitants, out of which 60,000 plus are students. That makes the average age of Groningen lower than the age of 35. So that is a very young city. And also, as I mentioned before, ranked highly in terms of safety and sports, quality of water and air. So it's very youthful, and because it's so much in the north, much less industrial. And also you have a lot of art history and culture. You have a lot of museums and facilities for students to explore the city, sometimes also for free with your student card. And especially, I mentioned it before, it's a center for innovation and energy. So when the 5G, the phone speed rollout happened in Europe, the center for the Netherlands was also based on our campus. So sustainable energies are playing a big role, and a lot of companies are also settled on and around the campus to work together with the students. These are some examples of student associations that we have, and also opportunities we have for students, and then also, of course, some pictures of what the city looks like. On these pictures, it's not raining, but you know the Netherlands maybe a little bit. It's raining quite often. Currently, today we had the first snow in the Netherlands for this winter, so it's happening right now. ESN, that's the European Student Network, but also Groningen Live. They offer a lot of events in the city, cultural events, but also especially for international students. We have the Kaiweek, that's an introduction week where international students can already meet each other before starting their studies, and they can explore the city and connect with each other and connect with the city, understand the culture. And then also USEA, they are responsible specifically for that, anything culture related. So concerts, but also art installations, anything cultural. You can work together with them if you're interested in that, but you can also just visit one of their events. And they are all year round, all around the city. Yeah, very important part of studying abroad, of course, is the cost of living. So this is roundabout what you can expect when you study at Hanze, excluding the tuition fee. So between 1,000 and 1,200 euros is what the cost is of living, including the rent. We have facilities for housing for especially international students. They are then usually closer to campus. And they are usually also not on the open market, but you can sign up for them. And then you can expect a shared facility from 450. And if you want a private facility, so your own kitchen, own bathroom, like a studio, then it's usually from 800. And groceries, that is very much depending on how often you cook or how often you order food. Because we have a fresh market in the city center 3 times a week, and then vegetables and fresh food are comparably cheap, so you can save a lot of money there. And insurances, you have student insurances, and the government actually also helps you out with your health insurance under certain conditions, so you can always check in whether you're eligible for that, and then it is not expensive, luckily. Yeah, accommodation, I know that that's a very big topic. I do think that a lot of the other universities probably already talked about this as well. We have especially the SSH, that is the company that we work with. They offer housing for first-year students, and they especially have a priority for non-EU students. So there is a big chance that you can get housing with them. And you can also register. It's all very safe and official. You live together with other international students, but you always have your own room. You never have to share a room, so it's not like a dorm. And there are more options for furnished housing, but also a lot happens on the private market. So if you have the possibility to also look into an agency, then you can find housing faster, but then usually you have an extra fee to pay. They are currently also building more student housing in Groningen because it was an issue in the past, but it is getting better. And especially for international students, there is a lot happening, and you usually then live close to campus. For how to apply? That really depends if you're applying for a bachelor's or for a master's program. The deadlines for the bachelor's are the 1st of June. For master's programs, that might differ, but the usual one is also the 1st of June. And the European masters, they are the 1st of May. If you want to do anything arts related, music related, then there are extra requirements, and then you would have to check the deadlines, but this is usually what it is. But also please be aware that for the housing, the deadlines are sometimes already in April, and the same counts for the scholarships. The end of April is when the deadlines are. So it does make sense to apply earlier. And then when you already know whether it works out or not, then you can take the next step. So this is just the deadline, but you can apply at any point before that as well. And then you need to have the English certificate and your diploma. You can hand that in later until the 1st of July, because that's when the immigration procedure needs to be admitted. For the tuition fees, actually, this is because I already sent this one at the beginning of the week, and we received the news that the tuition fees changed yesterday. So for the 2026-2027 period, it will be 9,693 euros for non-EU students. But you will also find that information on our website from now on. It's the same fee that you also have at the other Dutch universities. And you have a financial guarantee. That is money that you receive back. So you pay it and then you receive it back in installments to pay your ongoing costs. So that is just to make sure that you can cover the costs for studying. And that is also something that is common at all Dutch universities. It's just arranged through each university individually. And if you have questions about any of that, please feel free to reach out, because I know that that can be a bit confusing or overwhelming at first. So please don't hesitate to ask us. For the admission requirements, that is also depending on your program, but for the bachelor's, you need an English score of, for example, 6.0 with an IELTS test and 6.5 with a master's degree. So for the master's, the English level is expected to be a bit higher, but you can always double check on our website. We also have the different levels that you need for the different parts of English tests. Or you can also, if you're here physically, come to my stand later and I can explain it to you. If you're online, please refer to the website. And as you saw before, you can hand in the English test later as well. So after already being admitted, then you can do it until the 1st of July. For the academic requirements, that is also a thing in the Netherlands, that the grades themselves are not very important. So if you have your high school diploma for the bachelor's and a bachelor's degree for the master's, that is enough to be admitted, next to additional things like motivational letters or sometimes an extra test, depending on the program you're choosing. Lastly, we also have scholarships, and they are especially for non-European Union students. So that would be very important for you, that you can apply for those. And I said before, the deadlines are already in the end of April. So it's good to apply early on. And they are especially going towards your living costs, but also the tuition fees, because the Hanze scholarship that's from our university is especially for master's programs and goes up to 10,000 euros per year. So you would have your entire tuition fee covered with that. And the NL scholarship, that is for now the entire country of the Netherlands if you're studying there. So that's not from the university, but we fully accept it. And that would cover 5,000 euros. And then if you're doing anything music or arts related, there are specific scholarships that you see in the top. So the Minerva scholarship for arts and the music scholarship for of course, the Prince Claus Conservatory and the music programs. Lastly, we have some upcoming events. We have online open days, and actually the first one is already in a week, on the 28th of November. And then we have another one in March. So if you want to talk to someone from a specific program, for example, you will have a teacher, for example, present from all the programs. And we have some webinars about studying in the Netherlands. We're sharing some personal tips and tricks, especially for international students that can be helpful. So yeah, if you have any more questions, you can reach out to us through one of those. And this is also where you can be in contact with us. Our social media is run fully by current students, so they're sharing about the student experience that you can expect when studying with us. And yeah, if you have any other questions, please feel free to write an email if you're online, then to the histeam@org, because then me or my colleagues will be able to help you. And for everyone who's here and still has questions, then please, I invite you to come to the stand and ask your questions there, and I'll be happy to help you. So I think we've already run out of time, but I hope I could give you a nice insight, and yeah, happy to meet you all, and then maybe I'll see you at one point in Groningen. Thank you.